All right, today we are diving into something really special. What happens when the holy month of Ramadan meets the incredible energy of Brazil? We're going to see how fasting and faith are observed in a place famous for samba and a truly tropical spirit. So that's the big question, right? What does it actually look like when a month of deep reflection, prayer, and fasting unfolds against this backdrop of just life and color? How do those two worlds merge? Well, let's find out. Okay, first things first. To really get it, we need to understand the Muslim community in Brazil. Who are they? How did they get there? This context is absolutely key to the rest of the story.
Now, 1.5 million people. That sounds like a lot. But here's the thing you have to remember. Brazil has over 200 million people. So we're talking about a tiny, tiny minority. And that fact alone shapes their entire experience.
So where did this community come from? Well, it's a real mix. A big part of it goes way back to immigration from places like Lebanon, Syria, and Palestine in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But what's really interesting is that there's also a growing number of native Brazilians who've converted to Islam.
And you'll find them mostly concentrated in the big cities. São Paulo is basically the heart of it all, the main center for Islamic life in the country. But there are also these really strong, vibrant communities in other spots, like Foz do Iguaçu, which is right there on the border with Paraguay and Argentina.
So you've got this community, spread out across this massive country. How do they get ready to welcome Ramadan? Well, you can just feel the excitement building everywhere.
It all kicks off with those familiar, really essential traditions. The Islamic centers look for the moon and make the big announcement. The fast is beginning. Schedules for prayers and meals get sent out, the mosques get beautifully decorated, and you start hearing Ramadan Mubarak everywhere in both Arabic and Portuguese. It's this perfect blend of cultures right from the start.
In a place as diverse as Brazil, Ramadan becomes something more than just a personal act of faith. It's a chance for outreach. Inviting non-Muslim friends and neighbors to share an iftar meal, well, it's a powerful way to open up a conversation and build bridges. So what's a typical day of fasting actually like in Brazil? This is where you can really see that unique mix of spiritual commitment and just day-to-day life. And this really gets to the heart of the challenge. Brazil is a secular country, so for everyone else, life is just business as usual. Schools are open, work is happening. So for Muslims, it's this constant balancing act between their jobs and their religious duties. It's a real test of devotion, right in the middle of the hustle and bustle of Brazilian life.
But oh man, after that long day of fasting, you get the reward, the Iftar meal. And just look at this table. It is an amazing fusion. You've got your classic Arab dishes like kibbeh and fattoush sitting right next to Brazilian staples like feijão com arroz, that's rice and beans, plenty of grilled meats, and of course, a whole rainbow of fresh tropical juices. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? That iftar table is like a miniature version of the entire Brazilian Muslim experience. It's this beautiful blend between the Middle East and South America. It's their identity, right there on a plate.
So, you've broken the fast, but the day is far from over. Actually, for a lot of people, the nights are when the spiritual and social life of Ramadan truly kicks into high gear. And these mosques, they become the absolute epicenters of Ramadan nights. In São Paulo, you've got Mesquita Brasil, which is actually one of the oldest in all of Latin America. Then down in Foz do Iguaçu, the incredible Omar Ibn Al-Khattab Mosque is a vital hub for the huge Arab community there.
The evenings just have this beautiful rhythm to them. The mosques fill up for the special nightly Taraweeh prayers. Many of them will host big communal iftars, which really helps build that strong sense of togetherness. You'll have religious lessons in both Portuguese and Arabic so everyone can participate, and then families just gather and spend the long evenings together, really strengthening those bonds.
And of course, Ramadan is all about giving, and that spirit is so alive in Brazil. The community gets together to distribute food baskets to those in need, they host iftars that are open to everyone, and they collect zakat, the obligatory charity. Some mosques even have open house days, inviting anyone and everyone to come in and learn about Islam. So as the month of fasting and prayer starts to wind down, the community gets ready for the huge celebration of al-Fitr. But they're also looking ahead, thinking about the challenges of keeping their unique identity strong.
Eid is just pure joy. It starts with special prayers, sometimes in big rented halls because the mosques just aren't big enough. The air is buzzing with greetings, people are sharing traditional sweets, and you hear the laughter of kids and families enjoying all the festivals and parties. It's just this warm, vibrant celebration of their rich Arab Islamic heritage.
But being such a small minority brings its own set of pressures. They don't have a lot of Islamic schools, for one. There's also this constant need to correctly explain and represent their faith to a wider public that might not know much about it. And then there's the challenge of making sure the younger generations can still speak and understand Arabic.
But here's the thing. Despite all those hurdles, the story of Muslims in Brazil is really a success story. It's a story of positive integration and openness. They've truly woven themselves into the country's amazing multicultural tapestry, making it even richer.
And this, I think, is just the perfect thought to end on. It's Ramadan, sure, but with this unique, tropical, Brazilian flavor that you just won't find anywhere else. But at its core, that spirit of faith, of community, of devotion, that's exactly the same as you'd find anywhere else in the world. It's a powerful reminder of how faith can find a home and flourish in every single corner of our planet. What a beautiful way to see it.